guys? Mad Scientist 7890, your favorite wrestling shooter and hip-hop enthusiast. So, July in the books. A lot of great albums coming out in July again, mixtapes. A lot of really bad ones as well. So, gonna get down to business. But before I do, let you guys know, I caved in. I finally caved in. And I had to just do it. Went and bought myself some Beats by Dre. Now I know, just $200 headphones. You're just like, ugh. I just told myself I would never just pay that much for headphones. But as much hip hop as I review, and as much, I do radio broadcasting and stuff like that, they're really going to be really useful, and I'll probably get my $200, worth out of them. And so far, since I went for a jog earlier, they listen to them. They sound fantastic. So I'm pretty impressed so far. But hopefully they don't break down on me. So we're going to get into this list here. You know how it goes. Drops are first. I'm going to run through 4 mixtapes here real quick. Just going to basically say, and not say pretty much anything about them. Just say they were just mixtapes I saw, on, through feeds online that were getting some buzz. Checked them out. Nothing really to say about them. Except I didn't like them. My classics, Where Amazing Happens. I think this one is called, it's T-Lo, or it's like an anagram. It's like T-E-L-O-E, and it's Extraordinary. Next is T Mills, Thrillionaire, and the last one is 38 Special Time Served. Quick about these. They were just, each month I always try to find maybe a sleeper mixtape, something I've never heard of. It's happened before. I found something I've enjoyed, but out of these 4, I was just, I didn't care anything for them. The only thing I really can say is they weren't bad, they weren't great, they just didn't interest me. So that's what that is there. Next, Honey Cocaine. She dropped a mixtape, mostly known throughout hip hop, or to everybody, as the chick that did the 2 Heisman tracks with Tyga a while back, or T-Raw, as people like to call him. Rack City, bitch. Rack City, bitch. Oh, God, it's terrible. Anyway, yeah, she is what it is. She's, a subpar MC. She's okay. The only thing that I really didn't care about this was, if she would have put a little bit more, originality into it, it may have been, worth maybe checking out. But most of it is just her rapping over recycled beats, famous beats of other people. She does an okay job. Nothing special. Next, Mass Pike Miles, Sky Miles. Yeah. This got some buzz. I don't know why. I've never heard of this guy before. Thought I'd check it out. Turns out this is an R&B album. Thought I'd throw it on here because I did not like it at all. Yeah, did not like this. Next, Lil Reese with his mixtape Don't Like. That's that shit I don't like. I don't like. Yeah, you get an idea of if you dislike Chief Keef, you'll probably dislike this. If you do like Chief Keef, you probably will like this. Pretty much the only thing to say about that is, just one of those kind of just, get on the radio banger type mixtapes. There is one song on here that I did enjoy. It's called OVA, or OVA, featuring Freddie Gibbs. That was pretty good. I liked that banger for the most part. So that was not too bad. Next on this drops, we got Torch with No AC. I think quite possibly one of the most downloaded, if not the most downloaded, mixtape of all of July. I have no idea why. I see nothing special about this guy whatsoever. He's just another, add-on type, Meek Mill kind of guy who probably get picked up by one of those, companies. He'll probably make up, 6 or 7 mixtapes a year, and all his shit will sound the same, just like all those other guys. But this was just blah. Me, really. This next one kind of disappointed me because I did like some of this guy's stuff. That's Trick Daddy with the Dick and Dynamite. I will give Trick Daddy the compliment of the name is quite fantastic of this mixtape. That is about the only thing I cared about, was this name. The rest of this I didn't like it. It wasn't bad, it was just not that interesting to me. It was just really, really West Coast. Came off really West Coast for some reason. I don't even know. Is Trick Daddy from the West Coast or is he from Texas? I can't remember where Trick Daddy's from. But it really had a West Coast vibe to me. I just didn't like it for some reason. So that's that. If you can tell me where Trick Daddy's from, I'll give you a gold star, you know? Or a cookie, maybe. Your choice. Next, got a mixtape that came out, I believe, a couple months ago, but I thought I would throw it on here now just because, you know, who the person is. It's Yellow Wolf and M16, Heart of Dixie on the drops. I don't know. I didn't really care for this. I mean, there was like maybe one song on here I liked, but overall, I don't know. Maybe it was just M16's production. I like Yellow Wolf's rapping. I find it entertaining over the right beats, but this was so-so. Next, we got Chris Brown's Fortune. Check this out just because, you know, Chris Brown does a little bit of rapping and he usually has several features on here. So I checked it out. Sorry. Yeah. I mean, I just want to say it was okay, but really I thought it was horrible. I really just thought it was horrible. I didn't like literally anything on it. So pop. I really can't stand just pop hip hop. It just is just really bad to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just what I grew up on, and now seeing what hip hop's becoming, it really just frustrates me. But you know, I review all these just in case I may find a song or may find a surprising sleeper, you know, mixtape or album. This was not one of them. Next, we got Iggy Azalea's Glory EP. This was just a compilation of like 6 banger type songs. I will give you this. Iggy Azalea is fantastic. She is fantastic. She is fantastic. Wait for it. Fine. As in good looking, not fantastic at music. I think Iggy Azalea is extremely sexy, but her music is kind of just like everybody else's. There's nothing stand out, in my opinion. The features on this weren't bad. The only thing that kind of throws me loop for loop, unless I'm looking at her like in a music video rapping, she comes off real like butch, like a real bull dyke type. And no offense, but it comes off. If anybody, I have any lesbian viewers here, but yeah, it just comes off. She real comes off butch, almost Lil Kim, but even worse. But in person or on television, I think she looks really sexy. But her music is MEH exclamation. So is what it is there. Next, we got Flo Rida with Wild Ones. If you're a wrestling fan, you've heard several of his songs this year and last year. I don't know why wrestling wants to use any of his songs because they are terrible. They are awful. They're so beyond hip hop and just jump in. Just Flo Rida looks like a guy who would come out of a club or a bar with like 6 guns on him and just shoot up people and then go to jail. But then when you hear his music, he sounds like a giant pussy. So hope you're not watching Flo Rida. Hope you're not watching, buddy. Didn't like it. But I will give him credit for this. I will give him credit that there was one song on here. I don't like it just because it's so catchy. I cannot get it out of my head. And it's the Whistle song. That Whistle song he made, because they play it on the radio all the time. I don't listen to the radio, but at my job, I hear the radio. And they just non-stop. Blow my whistle, baby, let me know. Just non-stop. It's so catchy. It's just to the point where I'm just at my work and just randomly singing it. And I'm like, just want to slap myself in the face. So, screw off, Flo Rida. Stop making catchy songs. Better, bad. Alright, next. Real disappointing here. I don't know why I'm saying real disappointing, because the last like 3 or 4 releases by this guy I didn't care for. And this is just the same thing. 50 Cent's 5, or I guess in quotation, Murder by Numbers. Just what happened to 50 Cent? Just his first album was fantastic. His second album was, his first couple albums were okay. But since like, I don't know, the last like 4 years, I just haven't given a shit about 50 Cent. His music's been not good at all. I did not like it. Just nothing great about it. The song just, it wasn't really, had nothing to do with the lyrics or the type of songs or him talking about this, talking about. I just don't like his songs. He just doesn't make good songs anymore. I just feel like his first album was just, people were like, you should make this song, you should make that song, that's a good chorus, this is that, blah, 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 blah. Now he's doing everything on his own, and he just doesn't know what the hell he's doing. I mean, I'll give him more credit than that. He probably knows what he's doing, but he doesn't know how to make good songs anymore. I don't think any of these songs are going to make it on the radio. And if they do, people are idiots. So that's my opinion. Rick Ross, final drop. Rick Ross, God forgives, I don't. I was hoping that this could be, worth a damn. This was not. I didn't really think this was as good as the Maybach Music Group Volume 2, which I enjoyed to a degree. I thought it was pretty solid. But I don't know. Just Rick Ross. Everything Rick Ross does just sounds exactly the same. It's just nothing. You always get the thing when a hip hop artist does the same thing over and over and over again, and you like it, but then he changes it up and then you're upset. Rick Ross is one of those guys that I would like to see him change it up for the better. Not because, I mean, what he's doing is working. People like to buy his shit, but I'd like to see Rick Ross do something different, because people are trying to say Rick Ross is the notorious B.I.G. of this generation. I would, if I heard somebody say that to my face, I would probably kick them in their dick. Rick Ross makes several catchy, clever, banger type songs for the radio. His voice is just nasty, mafia Don sounding. But other than that, he likes to show off the fact that he is like, he thinks he's up there with guys like Dre and Snoop and, Jay-Z, as he's one of the top guys. And, at least Dre and Jay-Z and Snoop have made great hip-hop albums. I don't think Rick Ross has ever made a great hip-hop album, and I don't think he ever will. So, that's my thought on that. It's okay. If it was a mixtape, I'd probably put it on the cop, just because there's a couple of songs on here I think are worth downloading. But since you have to pay for this album, I'm going to put it on drop, and I don't think it's worth getting. So, that's my thought on that. Alright, drops are out of the way. Whoosh. There we go. So, there we go. Now to the cops. Going to run through some of these pretty quick. Cassidy, Apply Pressure 3, Mayhem Music, mixtape. Free mixtape, definitely worth checking out. I've always liked Cassidy. I love Cassidy's rhyme style. This is great. It shows that I think he's hungry. He wants to get back in there, do some more stuff. Love his lyrics. His production is good. He's got good hooks. There's, I'd probably say over, I'd say 65, 70% of this mixtape I didn't love, but I liked a lot of the songs on here. And I'd probably revisit some of them in the future. Next, when I was talking about like The Weeknd, how I didn't really like R&B music that much, but like I did like The Weeknd and some of that stuff. Frank Ocean's mixtape or album, whatever it is, Channel Orange, that came out, wasn't bad. And I think I liked it because of the production, not really the singing, because I really don't care for the singing that much. But the production was great. I love the production. I would love to just hear an instrumental of this album. If I could ever get a hold of that, or it ever comes out, I would definitely check that out. Next, Currency and Harry Fraud, Cigarette Boats. I think this is an EP, I believe. Currency not as greatest here, but I like Harry Fraud's production. I like Harry Fraud's production with guys like Smoke DZA and, Action Bronson. Like, I like, and I like his production here too. So, mostly the reason I like this is because of the production. It's an EP. It's whatever. It's a check out, mostly for the production, at least in my opinion. Next, interesting fact about this next one, Lloyd Banks, V6, The Gift. Free mixtape here. Definitely say check this out. The interesting thing about this was, when I was big into hip-hop in the mid-2000s, early mid-2000s, when G-Unit came out, my least favorite member of G-Unit was Lloyd Banks. I didn't really care for him that much. He was okay in my opinion. I never really had any of his solo albums or anything like that. Just thought he was just kind of a filling guy. He was an okay guy. Now, fast forward 2012, G-Unit is no more. Out of all the members of G-Unit, the only one I even care to listen to or think it's going to make a decent mixtape or album is Lloyd Banks. Lloyd Banks this year, and then I think last year he made a pretty decent mixtape as well. I liked a lot of the stuff on this. It had some good bangers on it. A lot of the choruses, the hooks, are pretty solid. The production. I think Lloyd Banks right now, out of all the members of G-Unit, has been making the best quality hip hop. So since they broke up, Young Buck kind of, Young Buck kind of doing his thing, is okay. Game obviously wasn't officially in there. Tony Yayo is whatever, and 50 Cent hasn't done shit. So Lloyd Banks is, like I said, probably my favorite member of the discontinued G-Unit. Next we got a really good banger mixtape here. I really enjoy this. Cyhi, the Prynce, Ivy League Club. Free mixtape. Check it out. Got a lot of great bangers on it. Really nothing more you can say. Just fun banger type mixtape. Next you got Young Z and Mr. Green, One Crazy Weekend. This I picked this up just because I'm a fan of Mr. Green's production. Never heard Young Z before. Young Z on this is okay. I'm not a huge fan of him as a lyricist, but the production I enjoyed. Check this out, probably just mostly for the production. Next, got a mixtape that dropped, I believe, in April, and I just now got to it in July. I didn't even know about it. I heard about it through the grapevine. I kept waiting on it because I was like, it'll be alright, it'll be alright. Found out it's probably my favorite Young Money release of the last couple years. Even though it's like Young Money signed this guy, and I don't know, I just really enjoyed the hooks on this, the way this guy raps, his production overall. I don't know, maybe it's just the way he insinuates, the way he speaks or rhymes, his flow, I guess. Even though he's not a great MC, he's not bad. It's Kevin Gates, Make 'Em Believe. Like I said, this is one of my favorite Young Money affiliated releases in the last couple of years. I really enjoyed that. A lot of catchy tracks on there. Alright, next we got a lot of people consider this one probably this guy's worst mixtape so far. I don't know. It's not. I don't think it's his worst, but I don't think it's his best. It's okay. It definitely got some good bangers on it. But that's Childish Gambino's Royalty. This one's getting a lot of hate online, saying this is not original Gambino. This is not the guy we used to like. The guy who was the black guy who talked about being nerdy and having white friends and blah blah blah. His demographic was more white based. And a lot of people think that this is him trying to get his black card or something like that. Trying to appeal more to the black audience, and I could definitely see that. Him trying to do more of a Waka Flocka, Gucci kind of sound with some of these songs. The difference is he pulls it off a lot better because it's a lot of his songs are more clever. They're more witty, and they're just better. Some of them songs are just better than those Waka Flocka Gucci type songs. So, and there were still a couple of the original Childish Gambino style songs on here, but the majority of this was Gucci Mane type banger songs, and that's cool. I enjoyed a lot of these. I would definitely bump these. Gives me a reason to bump more Childish Gambino in my car or whatever. So this overall, enjoyed this. Wasn't amazing, but I enjoyed for the most part. Next, got Prodigy, H.N.I.C 3. Now I have no idea what I downloaded back in January or February or something. I downloaded Prodigy H.N.I.C 3. It might have been a different mixtape, but it was under the name H.N.I.C 3. And I was like, wait a second, he's redoing it. What is this? Blah blah blah. Come to find out, I guess this is the deluxe edition. I'm really not quite sure. Really didn't go into too deep with it. But the one from earlier in the month, I thought was horrible. I didn't think it was mixed right. I didn't think the production was good. I thought the rapping was okay. It just seemed like an unfinished project. This is Prodigy H.N.I.C 3. This one's a lot better than that one. I really enjoyed a couple tracks on here. I really enjoyed, like a couple of these bangers on here are fantastic. Just going and just jogging and just here, just bump it. Just it really it's like just maybe it's just the beats and the bass just motivating you to just get going. But Prodigy is still a great MC. Putting out a decent project here, a lot better than what the other one was, because I came into this one with low expectations, and I really enjoyed quite a few tracks on this. So, free mixtape. I definitely say check it out. Next, we got John Connor, While You Were Sleeping. Definitely was checking this out. I know he dropped 2 mixtapes earlier this year that I really enjoyed. This one I think this one's a little bit better than the Jay-Z one, but it's not as good as the Eminem cover beats. The one he did. The one we did with the Eminem cover beats was definitely better than this one. But this was still a pretty solid mixtape from John Connor, putting in work. Couple of really good tracks on here I really did enjoy. John Connor continued to do his thing here. Hopefully he can get out another album out, and a really good one. In an age of hip-hop music where a lot of great artists that make mixtapes, their mixtapes are usually sometimes better. Well, not depends on who you talk to, but a lot of times their mixtapes are better than their albums, because the albums they want, or through the label, and they want this kind of song and that kind of song, and they want a song for the girls, and they want a song for the radio, and they want a song, for this and for that. With the mixtapes, you get free reign, just make whatever the hell you want, and usually mixtapes turn out better. That's in my opinion on a lot of the bigger named MCs and rappers and such. But this was definitely a pretty good project. Next we got La Coka Nostra. I'm pretty not sure if I said that right. Downloaded a mixtape or an album, you don't even know anymore, mixtape album, from these guys last year. It was okay, I liked it. I'm not a huge Ill Bill Necro fan, but this one was actually a lot better than the one from last year, I thought. Definitely one of my favorite tracks from the entire month is Electronic Funeral or something like that on this, featuring Sean Prynce. I really like that track on here. But the main reason I really just don't get into these guys is they're more about their lyrics are really dark. This I didn't even say the name of the album. The album's Masters of the Dark Arts. So it's kind of like, oh, he's listening to some devil shit. But it's not bad. I enjoyed it. I'm just not a huge fan of the lyrics. Like like I said, I'll listen to somebody rap about biscuits and gravy and sweeping a broom, but when people start talking about the devil and shit, I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna mess with that stuff. But I did enjoy some of this, some of it not so much, but it's okay. Next we got great instrumental album here. It's not really an album; it's more of a mixtape kind of deal. The Instrumental Tape 2 from Clams Casino. Some of his, his beats from Aesop Rocky's album last year. Beats from Mac Miller that he used. This together with just his beats is better than all those Mac Miller, Aesop Rocky, Lil beat. Just the production, just this instrumental tape is better than all of those combined. This is great. I love this. If you like Blue Sky Black Death, you like that kind of, RJD2 instrumental, you're definitely going to like this. Clams Casino is just killing it this year. Love this instrumental. If you like just listening to just hip-hop instrumental, this is definitely for you. Next, we got Reks, REBELutionary. Yeah, this is good. This kind of reminds me of Ab-Soul's album from earlier this year. Not as great, but I did like this. This was definitely better than the Static Selecta album that came out this year. Really doing the political conscious rap kind of thing. Like I said, I can listen to this stuff as long as the songs are good. There's some good songs on here. Overall, pretty good album. I definitely say check it out. Reks is one of my favorite MCs right now, so definitely say check that out. Next we got Snowgoons Dynasty. I'm not sure if all these tracks were made just for this, or these were just Snowgoons beats for other people's albums, and then they just pulled all these together, because it's pretty big. It's like 33 tracks. It's pretty nuts. But I liked it. I'd probably say with 33 tracks, I probably liked, say, over half of it. So, I mean, you're looking at, like, a legitimate mixtape out of it, just the 15 songs. There was a couple great songs on here I liked. There was a couple good songs, and there was a couple songs I just disliked completely. Which is not really because of the production, more probably because of the MCs or the hook or whatever. But overall, I definitely say check that out. Next, we got one of my favorite producers, The Alchemist, with Russian Roulette here. Great concept album here. Really, really enjoyed this. I don't know. Some people were saying he should have just done the production, not had other people rap on this. But I like the little in-between deal. It's really got, it really does feel like it's like a Russian type deal. It really is that, like, Russian Roulette. Like, you get that feel like it's like a James Bond movie, like, theme song with beats and guys rapping over it. It sounds really, really interesting. Like I said, good stuff here. Really like the concept. It's one of these albums that I always say that, you know, I gotta listen to from the beginning to the end. It really can't just pick out songs, which kind of bothers me. But, you know, for the most part, I would definitely sit and listen to this all the way through a couple more times, and I get my enjoyment out of it. I definitely like Alchemist. Next, we got the long-awaited Aesop Rock Skelethon. Love this guy's flow. I'm going to probably say the same thing everyone else says about Aesop Rock. Love this guy's flow. His production is really not my cup of tea. I love his flow. I love his insinuations, how he, you know, rhymes, how he puts such random words together, tells stories, and, you know, a lot of hidden innuendos and different things. It's really amazing. But, you know, it's just one of those things where I really like to just hear what you know, if I'm listening to an MC, I really like to hear it. Overall, this was good. This was definitely good. I just don't think I would put this in a top 5 for the year. You know, a lot of people say, go read the lyrics, and then listen to it again, it'll make it better. But, you know, some of the just production, it was just kind of, I'm not really a big fan of that kind of production, like LP. I'm just not a huge LP production fan. The main reason I liked LP and Killer Mike was, you know, a big reason I like that is because I really like Killer Mike as an MC. He did a great job on LP's beats. I really didn't like LP's, I mean, I did, but I just wasn't amazing to me. Like, you know, I just, like some people think. This is the same way. The production was just not my cup of tea. I'm not gonna, you know, be like, okay, I love this. This is great. It's still good. I still like the way Aesop Rock raps. He raps so fast and he flows over beats fantastically. But overall, it's just, like I said, just not my thing. But still, you know, a pretty good project. Next, we got Nas, Life is Good. Man, one of the biggest disappointments for me. Still good here, but there was like 5 or like, I'm going to say the same thing that Mike Seatown said from Dead in Hip Hop. He's like, you know, I loved some tracks on this, and I absolutely hated some tracks on this. There was some songs on here I hated. I'm like, oh, God, why is this on here, Nas? What are you doing? I mean, you're to that point where you got to get a song on the radio. Just, you gotta do this, you gotta make a song for the chicks, you gotta do, oh man, it was just, but there was, you know, Nas is always a great MC, but there was some good songs on here, but this is definitely not, in my opinion, a top 5 hip-hop album, maybe not even top 10, but it's still good, it's still Nas, you know, and it's still, like, 7 tracks on here that are pretty damn good. So, with that being said, Nas, Life is Good, not his greatest project, but, you know, a long-awaited album. A lot of people were really excited about it. It's good. I'm not going to, you know, say it's amazing. Next, we got one I was really looking forward to. More for the MC, not for the production, but it kind of came together really well, and that's Ma Doom, Master Ace, and MF Doom, son of Yvonne. You know, this is just another case of people really like MF Doom's, you know, production, and I like MF Doom's production. I really think it's really good. I like it a lot better than LP and Aesop Rock's production. I don't really like MF Doom as MC that much. I don't know, I just don't care for him as an MC. Just something about him is just, I don't connect with very well. But I did like Master Ace. I do love Master Ace as an MC, and rhyming over, you know, MF Doom's beats. This is just made in heaven. This is fantastic. I love this. This is possibly, I'm working on putting stuff, mixing stuff together. This is possibly a top 10, top 5 album, mixtape or whatever. So I'd definitely say that's good. And finally, one of my favorite things I heard all of this month, which I think did not come out this month either, is Itachi and Ruste Juxx Hardbodied hip hop. This is my stuff right here. This is my style, my boom bap, kick-ass 90s rap. That's the kind of shit that I like. You know, people who like that electronic, more like electronic or crazy type beats like Aesop Rock and LP, you know, they're always gonna like, that's their sound. Boom bap is my sound, and I've said this the last 4 or 5 videos I've done of these. You know, that's what, you know, if you have a boom bap hip hop album out there that you're like, that shit's good, you know, put it in the comment section. I will kick on that shit in a heartbeat, because that's the style that I really like. I would definitely say pick this up. This is fantastic. This is definitely a top 10 as of right now. It's moved its way into my top 10 hip hop albums of the year list. So, you know, that's my copper drop right there, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna get out of here. Like I said, let me know if you guys know about anything else. Always checking different stuff out there on the grind. Got my headphones. Hopefully my sound quality will be a lot better than it used to be, or I may have just wasted $200. Either way, gonna get out of here. I'm the Mad Scientist, guys, your favorite wrestling shooter and hip hop enthusiast. Deuces.